Hi everyone, this is Chris Maxwell with the Fire Me channel, and today's video is called Lottery Life Draft. Now this video will blow your mind. Some of the statistics I found were unbelievable at what people actually thought they could do to fund their retirement using the lottery specifically. The percentages are through the roof high. Let's just get into it here. All right, retirement plans. Now, I couldn't find a statistic for the US, but I was told it was similar. But in Canada, 34% of Canadians plan on winning the lottery to actually fund their retirement. That's absolutely insane. Like, your odds of winning are virtually none, and a huge percentage of the population actually is thinking that they're going to win the lottery to retire. Now, the other thing I found from my research was the more dissatisfied someone is with their life, whether it's their work at home, their job, whatever, the more likely they are to buy lottery tickets. And the more dissatisfied they become, the more tickets they buy, and the longer this goes on, the more frequent the purchases become and the more volume of tickets they buy. So it just snowballs out of control the more unhappy someone is with their circumstances. Now, just to give you an idea of what the numbers kind of look like with this. So if you spent $10 a week times 50 weeks every year times 30 years, that would equate to $15,000. That is a lot of money to be thrown out there on a virtually zero to no chance of winning. Now, if you took that money and invested at 5%, you would have $34,245 after 30 years, and if it was invested at 7%, you would have over $49,000 over the same period of time. But buying the tickets week over week, it actually costs you you're actually minus $15,000. So there's a net difference between buying them every week and just investing that money of $65,000 approximately net difference. So you are way better off not to even think about buying lottery tickets and just put that money into some kind of investment instead. Now, the real issue with that is most people aren't disciplined enough to actually follow through and do that, but theoretically you could do that and be significantly better off. All right, so lottery spending. Now, this is an astronomical number. I couldn't believe these statistics when I first read this. So $70 billion a year spent on lotteries, or it was in 2014 in the United States, and that equates to over $300 per person in the 43 states where lotteries are legal. So every single person in those states averaged over $300. Now, obviously some people don't buy that much, some people buy none, so there's some people out there buying a ton of tickets to get this average to over $300 per person. The other stat that I found shocking was that more money is actually spent on lotteries than on sporting events, movie tickets, books, video games, and recorded music combined. So overall, people are gambling more money than they're actually spending on legitimate entertainment. And I couldn't get over that statistic. Like, all these categories combined was not as much as buying lottery tickets. So you can really see how people can lose a lot of their money and not have a clue where it went. Well, if you're buying lottery tickets, it's going out the door for sure. Now, another interesting statistic, and I kind of had a concept that this was true to some degree because I've heard it before, but that the poorest third of households were responsible for 50% of the total spend on that. So basically, the less money people had, the more tickets they bought. And this really just equated to a tax on the poor. So now, and I totally get why, if someone's poor or in that lower income bracket, why they would be attracted to that, because if you hit the numbers and you win big, that solves all your financial problems, or at least it does up front. But the reality is you're not going to probably win the lottery, and this is really just like we said, a tax on the poor, and this is not probably going to do anything to add value to your lifestyle if you're in that income bracket, for sure. Now, another interesting statistic, and I pulled this one up just because as a reason why you shouldn't even waste your time buying a lottery ticket, is for the Powerball odds, it's a 1 in 292 million chance, and the odds of being struck by lightning are 1 in 1 million. So you are 292 times more likely to be struck by lightning than you are to win the Powerball. So just think about that for a minute. I don't even know anyone that's been struck by lightning. So your odds of winning something like the Powerball are almost, like, it's crazy to even throw the $5 or whatever it costs to buy a ticket out. But anyways, a lot of people get caught up in these traps because there is a chance, obviously, but the statistics are that there's basically no way you're going to be the one that pulls the ticket. All right, so why is the lottery so popular in the first place? So, like I said, I did a lot of research and a lot of reading on this lottery topic when I was looking into doing this video. And the number one reason why it was popular, why people bought tickets, was because it was viewed as a way out of getting out of their financial problems. So basically a quick fix to a really difficult problem. Like we had mentioned before in the previous slide, you're 292 times more likely to be struck by lightning than winning the Powerball. And the other reason why it's so popular as well, which was interesting, I thought, was when people win even small amounts, it gives them a high and the feeling like it is possible. So if you notice when people go to Las Vegas and they're doing the slot machines, they might put $100 in, they'll pull or do their bets and go through, and they'll win once out of, say, 10, 20 pulls. It'll just be a small amount, but they get so excited, so high from that. They keep chasing that feeling, even though they know the odds are against them and they're going to end up with nothing. It's just this addictive personality we all have that really drives people to wanting to do this. Now, the other interesting thing was on scratch tickets, they return 40 cents on the dollar to whoever's buying them. I thought that was interesting. I don't actually know if I believe that statistic or not, because I've seen lots of people buy scratch tickets, and yeah, the odd person wins $1 here or $2 there, but nobody ever that I've met has won the big prizes. And to average 40 cents back on the dollar, say that's even a real number, that's such a poor rate of return. You shouldn't even be thinking about buying scratch tickets at all at that point. The other reason the lottery is so popular is because scratch tickets are what a lot of people get started with. They're easy, they're cheap, they're $1 at the gas station, wherever. People get it. It's kind of like the gateway drug into gambling and the lottery. So once you get a scratch ticket, maybe you won a few times, because if they're returning 40 cents on the dollar and the tickets only cost $1, well, you kind of get into this mentality that you're winning. And so then you start buying, say, tickets for the Powerball or these other bigger lotteries. Next thing you know, that devolves to, oh, you go to Las Vegas, maybe we do a bit of gambling, you win once or twice. Just all is like self-feeding into this addictive behavior. So anyways, it's not a way to get rich. Some people look at it as entertainment, and maybe for them it is, but from what I've seen, it's really a tax on the poor, and it really is an addictive behavior that really nets you nothing as an investor at the end, because it's not an investment, it's a gamble. And another reason it's really popular is people do have these really addictive personalities. So this gambling and lotteries and all this stuff, when you win even a small amount, it really feeds into these this high that people get, and it feeds the addiction. People just want to do it more and more, so people chase that feeling. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't ever gamble or buy anything. It's up to you, it's your choice, but as far as an investment goes, you're not going to get ahead. It's just not a way to get out of your financial problems. And the other thing to remember is lotteries are a form of gambling. So when people hear the word gambling, they think Las Vegas, slot machines, roulette tables, craps, etc. But scratch tickets, lottery tickets, they are gambling as well. It's just another form. They call them lottery tickets. It doesn't sound as bad as, say, maybe gambling, or it doesn't have the stigma around the word that the word gambling has, but it is a form of gambling. So people have kind of disassociated the word lottery with actual gambling, so they don't think of themselves as gambling. So that's another reason why people often get into the lottery stuff as well. All right, so here is a better way to get rich. So if you start saving $500, and here's the ages, and then here's what you get by age 65, assuming a 7% return. So if you're 25 years old, save $500 a month at 7% return. By the time you are 65 years old, you'll actually have over $1 million. So to me, if you're one of these people that are at the high end of the statistics, spending $300 a month on lottery tickets or more, put that money into a decent investment, and you're going to be a millionaire by the time you retire, versus just feeding this lottery machine that's going to net you nothing. If you start at 35 years old, you will have $500,000 plus. 45, you'll have $250,000. If you don't start till you're 55, you'll only have $83,000. So the reason why I used the ages on this was to really show the value of compounding and investing early as possible, because that's when you will get your maximum return on your money. And it is significantly better than getting into this lottery trap that promises riches but really won't ever net you anything at the end of the day. All right, guys, so that's all I had for this video. Let me know what you think about what we've talked about here. Leave your comments below. Make sure you give the video a like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing your comments, and we will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.